Nnamdi Kanu's maltreatment worse than Mandela's under apartheid government. U.S. lawyer Bruce Finn writes Buhari. You are welcome to the news. American constitutional lawyer Bruce Finn has accused President Muhammadu Buhari of flaunting court orders and unleashing malicious treatment on the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Finn, who is also Kanu's counsel, said the torture Buhari's government had meted out on the IPOB leader was worse than what former South African president, the late Nelson Mandela, experienced in the hands of apartheid governments. The American legal practitioner, who had been denied from seeing Kanu twice by the operatives of the Department of State Services, also said Buhari disobeyed court injunctions regarding the human rights of an activist, Omoyele Oshowari, the former National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuku, the leader of Nigeria Islamic Movement, Ibrahim Ezekzaki, among others. Fenn said this in an open letter to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Buhari, on Friday. The letter partly reads, "You should tremble for Nigeria when you reflect that God is just, and that is justice cannot sleep forever. Nothing is more certainly written in the book of faith than that Biafrans are to be free and independent, and we obtain deliverance from your malign Fulani yoke. You are laboring in immoral and illegitimate defense of artificial borders ordained by European powers over 135 years ago without the consent of a single African, exhibiting a wicked contempt for the gospel of government by the consent of the governed. Last June, you conspired with Kenya President Kenyatta to kidnap and torture Biafran leader Nnamdi Kanu in Nairobi, and then illegally transfer him into malign hands of the Department of Security Services. There for 8 months, Biafran savior has been detained in solitary confinement and denied necessary medical care and legal counsel without a trial and under cruel conditions, satisfying any threshold of torture. In so doing, you have embraced the tyrannical doctrine of the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland. Sentence first, verdict afterwards. Your lawless, malevolent mistreatment of Nnamdi Kanu is far worse than the degradation Nelson Mandela experienced under South African apartheid regime. It provoked international ostracism and exclusion from the United Nations, among other things. Mr. Mandela was not denied access to counsel of choice, was not tortured before trial, and was not denied indefinitely in solitary confinement. Your malicious, malign persecution of Nnamdi Kanu has brought Nigeria below the moral repugnance of apartheid. The 15th-count amended charge against Nnamdi Kanu filed at the 11th hour of a scheduled January 18, 2022 hearing to entertain an earlier 7-count amended charge is a legal embarrassment. Before examining the charges, a review of fundamental legal principles is in order under Section 36(1) of the Nigerian Constitution. An accused is entitled to a fair hearing within a reasonable time by a court or other tribunal constituted in such manner as to secure its independence and impartiality, it is notorious that Nigeria's executive branch routinely float court orders with impunity. Impunity judges are powerless to secure compliance. Your Minister of Justice and the Attorney General, Abubakar Malami, boldly proclaimed during his June 26, 2019 hearing before the National Assembly that constitutional rights were sovereign to his rapt consumption of the public good. In other words, the Nigerian Constitution is nothing but a scrap of paper to be shredded at will by the executive branch. Among other things, you have defined court orders regarding the release of Omoyele Oshowari, the Sambo Dasuki, Ezakizaki, Navy Captain Dadu, and court decreases setting government debt limits and demanding an accounting for spending of received funds looted by administration since 1999. Nigeria's legendary human rights son, Femi Falana, has assembled at least 32 court orders that you have ignored. The DSS has floated orders of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Abuja Division, entitled Nnamdi Kanu to meet with 3 persons of his choice twice weekly for 2 hours on each occasion. As Nnamdi Kanu's international lawyer and spokesman, I have been illegally denied access to him by DSS on multiple occasions. In some, Nigerian judiciary tribunals are foot soldiers of the executive branch in violation of Section 36(1). Accordingly, every judiciary proceeding is void and illegitimate under the Nigerian Constitution. Nnamdi Kanu has also been denied his right to a fair hearing within a reasonable time. More than 8 months have elapsed since his illegal extraordinary redemption from Kenya, and there has yet to be a trial or opportunity for Nnamdi Kanu to confront his accusers before an impartial judge embedded to the executive branch. In a lengthy letter titled, I Accuse, Fen quoted a Quranic verse for Buhari to think about and walk the path of justice. This letter is long and it is time to conclude. I accuse you, Mr. President, of carrying out the kidnapping, the torture, extraordinary redemption, arbitrary detention, and unconscionable ongoing criminal persecution of Nnamdi Kanu based on his Biafra ancestry, free speech, freedom of political association, and aspiration for a Biafra referendum to restore a sovereignty that was criminally extinguished by the United Kingdom over a century ago. Accuse you of resorting to violence to defend immoral, illegal boundaries drawn by the United Kingdom without the consent of a single African habitant. Addressing arguments to the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Abuja Judiciary Division, are exercised in futility because of judiciary takes instructions from you, not the rule of law. The path forward is clear. Order the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu, dismiss the prosecution, and pay damages for the criminal injuries you have inflicted upon him and his family. Negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu is a neutral forum. The terms and the conditions for holding a Biafran independence referendum. The 2011 referendum from South Sudan should serve as a template. These steps require no more than following the Holy Quran. Stand up firmly for justice as a witness to God, even as against yourselves, or your parents, or your kin, and whatever. it be against rich or poor. Sarah 4 verses 135